What if you were told that one decision could change the world's geopolitical landscape forever? This was the reality in 2003 when the United States government made the momentous decision to invade Iraq. The backdrop was a world still reeling from the 9/11 attacks, and allegations of weapons of mass destruction in Iraq added fuel to the fire. The stakes were high and the situation was fraught with tension. Thus, the stage was set for a war that would shape the Middle East for years to come. The drums of war were beating, and in March 2003 they reached a crescendo. The initial invasion was swift and precise. Baghdad, the heart of Iraq, fell under the overwhelming force of the United States and its allies. The once unassailable reign of Saddam Hussein was crumbling. By December of the same year, the man behind the tyranny, Saddam Hussein himself, was captured. His reign was officially over, but the war was far from done. The power vacuum left in his wake gave birth to a new conflict, one marked by insurgency and sectarian violence. Iraq was spiraling into chaos. As the years rolled on, the situation grew increasingly dire. Sectarian violence reached fever pitch, turning neighbor against neighbor and friend against friend. A new strategy was needed, and in 2007 it arrived in the form of the Surge. An additional 20,000 American troops were deployed to quell the violence, and for a time it seemed to work. Yet the scars of war ran deep. Despite the relative calm brought on by the surge, the situation remained tenuous. Finally, in December 2011, after 8 long years of war, the last of the US troops pulled out of Iraq. After 8 long years, the battlefield fell silent, but the echoes of the conflict still resonated. The guns may have stopped firing, but has peace truly arrived? In the quiet that followed the Iraq War, the seeds of a new conflict were being sown. The rise of the Islamic State, or ISIS, was a chilling reminder that the cessation of one conflict does not guarantee peace. The sectarian violence that was unleashed during the war continued to plague Iraq, resulting in a cycle of violence that seemed to have no end. Political instability became the new norm in Iraq, with the government struggling to gain control and maintain order. In addition to the human toll, the economic costs were staggering. Iraq's infrastructure was left in tatters, with the United States also bearing a heavy financial burden. The human cost of the war was immense, with countless lives lost and millions displaced. The Iraq War, a conflict that has left indelible marks on the 21st century, reminds us of the far-reaching consequences of decisions made in the corridors of power.